What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Goblin King video. I am Impat Apoptosis, and today we are going to be talking about creep camps. Creep camps in version 0.0.1 of Stormgate right now are everything. Not only do they give you a ton of resources, but they also give you some extremely powerful buffs and global buffs to your units. But what camps should you be focusing on? Exactly how many resources do they give, and what do you get for taking them? Let's find out. But before we jump into it, guys, make sure, of course, to check out my other videos if you like this one. And if you like those videos, be sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm also probably streaming on Twitch right now. You should go check it out. So first, let's talk about a few general things on creep camps, and then we'll get to the individual camps themselves. Every camp in version 0.0.1 of Stormgate gives some amount of resources and some sort of benefit. The camps that we're going to be looking at right now in the game are health camps, speed camps, the resources camps, the siege camps, and the vision camps, and as well as the energy camp. We can't forget about that one. So essentially, these camps are going to be providing you some sort of static benefit for, again, all of your units, whether that's going to be resources, some increase in speed, or some kind of power buff to let you go ahead and run across the map. The minions right now start with a passive called level 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, where level is the level of the camp. Each of these levels is going to buff the minions at that camp with 150% additional HP and 100% increased damage starting at level 2. So level 1 camps don't have any additional bonus damage or HP. Whenever you kill a camp, it takes about 4 seconds to take the camp with a single unit, and every unit after this initial unit is going to decrease that speed, so speed up the rate at which you cap it by about 10%. Up to a maximum of 200%. Camps also last 5 minutes regardless of level, and the timer starts when the camp dies, not when you cap it. So let's jump in and take a look at the first camp, the health camp. And to help you understand all of these camps, guys, I've created these really nice infographics. Hopefully this gives you a lot of that data at just a quick glance. Health camps give a static amount of regen to nearby units. The creeps themselves give 200 Luminite at level 1, and 200 more for each level of the camp past that, up to 1000 Luminite at level 5. The global effect of the camp here is that it provides passive regenerations to all your units globally at a rate of 0.5 HP per second per level of the camp. That means at level 1, your units are going to be restoring half an HP a second, and at level 5, they're going to be restoring 2.5 HP a second. This is actually a pretty huge deal for some factions that can't heal on their own, like Infernals. Also, keep in mind that this effect does stack, so the more HP camps you control, the more regeneration you're gonna get. So, 2 level 5 camps are gonna give you 5 HP a second, or, for instance, on Lost Hope, if you take all 4 HP camps, all of them at level 5, you're gonna get a whopping 10 HP per second regeneration globally. That's pretty nuts. Next up is the energy camp. This camp provides a large energy regen to your nearby units in a smaller fashion, like the health camp does. The creeps at the camps give 80 Luminite and 80 Therium per, scaling with each of those levels like before. Your units globally are going to be regaining 0.25 energy a second per level. So again, at level 1, that's going to just be that 0.25 energy a second, and at level 5, that's going to be 1.25. Keep in mind that your energy on your units do passively regen, so this is just a nice added bonus. Okay, now let's take a look at the speed camp. This camp was by far the most difficult for me to figure out, but I think we came to some pretty good conclusions at the end of the day, and it might be a bit surprising exactly how this affects your units. Similarly to the health camp, it gives you 200 Luminite for creep kills, scaling with levels like shown on the screen. Now, the buffs took a lot of figuring out, like I mentioned, and I want to shout out Senna and the Stormgate Discord for a lot of their help in figuring out exactly how these buffs interact, because I was going crazy after doing about 4 to 5 hours of math. When near a speed camp you control, your units are going to gain a 30-second speed buff, and this is going to add 20% movement speed to your units. This bonus is additive, so that means it looks at your base speed and adds that 20% on top, regardless of any other speed effects. Globally, it looks a little bit more wonky, but stick with me here. Your units are going to start at level 1 by getting a global 5% speed increase. At levels 2 through 4, you get 2% more speed per level, so that's going up to 7%, 9%, and 11%, respectively. Now at level 5, for some reason, it jumps to a whopping 15% speed increase. Now, I'm not sure if there's more elegant of a formula that we could be using in this situation in order to figure out these speeds, but it seems to be across the board consistent, so I've just been plugging in these values for each of the levels of speed camp, and it's been working out pretty well. A few interesting things to note. Number one, those global speed benefits do not affect worker units. Thank God. That would be kind of insane, because this would literally be a direct buff to your income if they did. Also, currently there's a visual bug on units that are produced after a speed camp is taken. Those units don't seem to display the speed properly, at least they don't on Infernal when I tested this. Their tooltip does, however, update when you hit them. Fret not, however, it is just a visual bug. They do move at the proper speed, even if they're not displaying it. And again, I want to point out that these buffs are additive, so you're getting that bonus 20% added speed from the buff of the camp itself. That's just adding together with the speed percentage that you're getting globally. Have more speed camps, it's just adding it all together. So you're not getting some crazy stacking multiplicative bonus. It's very good, it's not that good. All right, now let's move on to the vision camp. Vision camps give Luminite only, starting at 160 at level 1. They do provide a large circle of vision around the camp itself. I believe it's about 240 units, but I can't be sure exactly. I'm not able to confirm this quite yet. The camp also provides 1 extra block of vision to your units globally and does stack with other vision camps. So if you, for instance, take 3 vision camps on a map, then you'll have 3 additional blocks of vision. It is important to note, though, that this does not improve per level. So you're going to get the same benefits from a level 1 vision camp that you will with a level 5. Okie dokie, next up, let's talk about the resource camp, starting with the Luminite one. The camp starts at level 2, making the minions a bit tougher, but also increasing the bounty. You get a whopping 320 Luminite if you kill this at level 2, but only 800 at level 5, which funny enough makes the health camp and speed camp give more Luminite for killing generally kind of weaker creeps. You do, however, gain passive income. At level 2, you're getting 15 Luminite every 6 seconds, meaning that you're going to get 150 Luminite a minute. If you have the camp capped immediately, that means it's going to generate a whopping 750 Luminite during its full camp duration. Each level of the camp raises this tick rate by 5 Luminite, so up to 20, 25, and then 30 for every tick, which is, again, every 6 seconds. Therium works much the same, but obviously the creeps are going to give you a bit of Therium as well. Starting at level 2, you're going to be getting 160 Luminite and 160 Therium. The tick rate starts at 9 Therium per 6 seconds, and it goes up 3 every camp level. The final camp in the game right now is the Siege Camp. The camp starts at level 3, and for good reason, because when you kill it, you get 240 Luminite and 120 Therium. When captured, the camp spawns a siege minion that runs towards the nearest enemy building or unit on the map. This AI in testing has been somewhat inconsistent. I can't exactly figure out how it works. Sometimes it would go after a single dog in the fog of war that was near my base I didn't know about. Sometimes it would rush past buildings that it could clearly see. It seems a little bit wonky and like they still need to dial this in, but in general, it's going to move towards the enemy structures and it's going to try to kill them. That's it, guys. Hopefully this was helpful for you to understand how creep camps work and exactly what sort of benefits you're going to be getting from killing them. Any of this information surprising to you? Make sure to let me know down below, but until the next time, I'll see you on the ladder. Good luck, have fun.